Hey, what's up, world? It's Eric. I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of my 1000-watt e-bike. Basically, it's a custom e-bike I built on a KHS SixFifty 300 frame using a CSC 1000-watt motor here. From there, I found a bunch of upgrades I had to do. Originally, I had a totally different rack. Came with this battery. It seemed like a really good deal. The battery I actually still have. But anyways, during my Mount Humphrey trip, the battery actually ended up falling off the bike because the rack came off. Luckily, the power cord barely kept it caught, but and had a lot of problems that trip. But anyways, that's where I learned to upgrade to a much better racking system. This one connects onto the seat post here and then onto there. I don't even use these bolts here. These will shake loose so quick on you, you'll be tightening them up constantly. Same thing with the lower arms. I used to have them attached there. That shook loose. So this rack I'm definitely happy with. I've gone on a couple tours now with it, and it's definitely held up real good. No problems whatsoever. Never even had to tighten a bolt on it. And then this right here is the controller box for it. It has a controller with it. It's a gray silver thing. Basically it controls all the computer components, and that's all locked up in there. And so it's got an airflow in it, and then I have it waterproofed inside there, which I've actually tested here in Arizona now. I also always carry a couple tubes with me because I have had double flats. When it comes down to here, the kickstand I had to upgrade to this. This is a very heavy duty kickstand. I believe it's like 2.5, 3 pounds, something like that. But that became necessary. My last kickstand, I ended up snapping in half. So I didn't want to keep going through those, so I ended up getting this one. Not much pleased with this. Actually, it works as a security device. If the pedals are back on it, you kind of have to lift up the back end pedal to get it to go. And then here up at the cockpit, I did quite a bit of work. I added some turn signals in here, which, oh shoot, I gotta actually power the bike up here for a second real quick. Okay, then here at the cockpit, I added a few things. First, one turn signals. It's not legally required, but I guess it's kind of cute. So we got, like the left turn signal. And then of course the right, and also a brake light. And I also have up here my heads-up display, which this will give me all kinds of information, my current battery percentage, my mile per hour, and then I can switch into different modes. This right here would be eco mode, and then I can basically shift up 5 times to give me different modes. But also than that, in the settings, I have the thing set into eco itself. So right now it won't go over 600 watts. But the engine is 1,000. If I turn all the settings up, I can get it to actually do about 1,200. But for legal purposes, it's set down to lower. It's only a 500 at the moment. I got dual headlights. I got a low beam there you can see shining on my couch, which is that light there. And then you have the high beam there, which is this show cool light, which that's like a 21 watt. That one actually eats some wattage, but it's a really nice light for when you're out on a dark highway. Then I also carry my all my tools in here, which has got a cell phone case on top. Got a bit of tools. That would be a whole other video in itself, I think, there. And then the battery system, basically I can connect a series of different cords. I can run the bike on a backpack. I can change out to a smaller trunk bag back here. This one's actually here is for, I use a lot for touring, but inside here I actually have an air compressor. I despise those little hand pumps so much that I carry CO2 and an air compressor on me. I do not carry a hand pump. The thing is a waste of time. Spend there an hour at the side of the road just sweating. They're not fun. But in here, yeah, this is the one that came with the battery pack, was this battery here, and then below there, that's my 20 amp hour battery there. I keep them They're connected in parallel here. Basically, if you're going to do this, one word of caution: make sure the volts on both batteries are around the same. What I mean by that is, say it's they both definitely have to be 48 volts, but say they're both drained down to 47 and 47 volts, that's good. But if they're off a few volts, it's going to try to balance out very, very rapidly and could overheat your wires. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're hooking things in parallel. I'm going to actually do 3 to charge all 3 batteries at the end of this upcoming tour. And of course, I also have the horn. And I also added to it a bike alarm, so if my bike's ever mess with, it'll set off a really loud pitch, come out and let me defend it. Fortunately right now, because my tour is going to be in the middle of the night, I'm filming this in the middle of the night, so I'm not gonna test it out. Wife would come down and give me evil eye, so that wouldn't be good. So far the CSC motor has been really good. It is not the top of the line, it's a cheaper motor. I think I picked it up for around like $400. It breaks spokes probably 1 every 200 miles or so. But other than that, the system has held up really great. I don't like using the regen on full on this system. I have it on about a medium strength. Motor's made weird noises afterwards. It started working again, but it would make like a or a grinding noise. So I don't run the regen on full power anymore, unfortunately. Anyways, that's my basic bike setup. I'll probably be doing another video like this to show basically the way I set up for solar touring. But anyways, try to have a good day.